Hello, today we're going to make this hexagon grid with geometry node. And the beautiful thing about it, it's fully controlled with curves. So we're going to use a dual mesh. And let me explain what dual mesh is doing here. So if I muted this dual mesh, you will notice this shape. And what dual mesh is doing, it converts every face to a point, and the point will be the middle of that new face. So this is the middle of every face, and if we connect this one like this, so now we'll get this hexa shape. So if I unmute this dual mesh, I will get the hexagon shape. That's about the dual mesh. So how we'll get this shape? If you look at this shape, you will notice a pattern. You'll find two lines of faces like that. You see, this one is triangulated in towards this direction, and this one is triangulated in the other direction, in the opposite direction. So that's one thing that we need to make, to triangulate every line of faces in the opposite direction of the other. The second thing that we need to make is to shear this line of vertices. So we have two line of faces. We're going to triangulate in opposite direction, and we have two line of vertices. One will be stationary. I will not shear it, and the other lines I will shear them a little bit. So let's get started. So at first I started with a curved line, okay, and I made its end 3 meters, and I then reassembled it. And after that I will convert this curve to mesh with a curve to mesh node, and I will connect the same curve. I'll make it a profile. So I will get this grid like this. Next I need to add the capture attribute node, and it will be connected in this profile curve, okay? I'll search for index node, and switch this flow from float to integer, and connect this one like this. And then add mask node, and I will set it to modulo by 2. So if I look to the viewer node, we will find that we successfully separated this line from the next one, like this. And the next thing I will do to add set position node, and I need to add another capture attribute in the top curve, and I will capture the tangent of that curve. And then I will add a vector mask node and set it to scale and connect it on the offset like this. But it will offset everything, so we're going to connect this modulo here in the selection. And we've sheared the faces, as you might notice. So I'll just make it like 0.3 for right now. The other thing that we need to make is to separate every line of faces. So I'll search for separate geometry. If if I looked into this viewer node and viewed this modulo, it selects this it selects vertices. So if I add evaluate on domain node and change it from point to faces, I will get every line of face separately. And I will connect that into the selection, and I will change the separate geometry from point to faces. And I will add a triangular node. I will set this one to fixed alternative. Okay, and I will duplicate this one like that, and I will take the inverted and I'll switch to fixed. So fixed will give me this one, and it's triangulated to this direction. But fixed alternative, it's triangulated to the other direction. I'll join them, and then I will add measure by distance nodes. And the last piece of this puzzle will be dual mesh. And now I have this hexagon, but it doesn't look right because the ratio here, it is not correct. So if I set this scale to half of the value between every vertex, like 0.15, it will be correct. But for this example, it will work. But if I have, for example, I have a circle here, and I've connected this one towards here, it will not be correct. It will be correct here, but for the far away geometry from the center, it will be not correct. That's because we have scaled them with a constant value or a fixed value. So we want to change it with a ratio. Here it will be correct. It will move like here. But this far edges to move like here, and it will not be correct. So a better way to correct this ratio is to use edge vertices node, and then vector mass node, and you take the distance from the first position and the second position of the edge, and then just add a math node and divide this length by 1.5 and connect this to the scale. And yeah, that's it for this tutorial. And the beautiful thing about it, it's fully controlled with curves. Like for example, I'll connect the original curve here, and I have another curve here. I'll make it as a profile. And also, instead of using the original curve, I can use this circle curve. I can customize it however I like. And yeah, that's it for this tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, and see you on the next one.